All right. So here we are. So we're going to be looking at simplifying fractions today. All right. So let's get to simplifying. All right. So simplifying fractions means if you have a fraction, we want to put it in a simpler term. And we say that meaning that we want to make it as easy as possible to understand what fraction it is that we want you to take. And so how do we do that? Well, when we looked at equivalence fractions, we saw how to make fraction equivalents or fractions that have the same value but look different. For example, when we had 1/2 and 3/6. Now, would it be easier for me to say, hey, cut me 3/6 of that cake? Or if I just say, hey, cut me half of that cake? Well, it would be much simpler for me to say, cut me half of that cake, right? Yeah, because it makes it easier for the person cutting the cake to not sit there and be like, okay, 3/6, that's a 6, that's a 6. Wait a minute, why don't you just ask for a half? Now, um, how then do we simplify fractions? Well, if we have a fraction, say, I don't know, 7/42. It's already up there, cool. So we have 7/42. We want to simplify it. To simplify it, what we want to do is look for a number that we know can divide into both of these. Well, in this case, we can divide into both 7 and 42. I'm not good with division. What am I going to do? You're going to relax and go back and look at your division facts or multiplication facts so that you can figure it out. You can plug it into a calculator to see. You can kind of guess and check. You can also think of what numbers can you divide in 7. 7 can be divided by 1 and 7. So that might make it easier instead of trying to figure out, okay, what number is going to go into both of these. That way, you only have two choices. Let's try both of them, right? Turns out 7 can go into both 7 and 42. So we're going to divide both of these numbers by 7. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 42 divided by 7 is 6. And so we have 1/6. And that is simplified. We can't simplify that anymore. Are there any questions? No? Pretty simple, right? Yeah. Okay, let's look at one more. And I'm gonna change the style just a little bit. I'm gonna make this a 900. So we have 135 divided by 900, or 135 900ths. And we're going to simplify this guy. Okay, many of you might be saying, I have no idea what can divide into both of those. Okay, I understand that. But this is a 0 and that ends in a 5, so you know it has to be divisible by 5. If you don't remember that, maybe look up divisibility facts in the Google, or factoring numbers in the Google. And you can find lots of different things to help you with that. But numbers that can be divided in both the 135 and 900, I know at least one. Let's start with 5. We'll see what we get when we do that. Let's divide by 5 here. Let's divide by 5 there. Okay, well, 135 divided by 5. Let's see, if we were to do 135 divided by 5, what would we get? Okay, well, 5 goes into 13 2 times. And we would have 35 left over, so that would be 27. All right? Because 5 can go into 100 2 times. 5 goes into 35 7 times. So 27. That's good. All right, what about down here? This might be a little tougher. Well, let's see. 5 can go into 120 times. Well, 5 will go into 900. 900 then. 20 of those 9s. So, or 9 of those 20s. So that'll be 180. Okay, that's not too bad. It's not bad at all. All right. We're good. We're done, right? All right, cool. Oh, wait. Not done yet. This isn't simplified as much as it can be. Okay? How do I know that? Because I know I can keep dividing into both of these numbers a similar number. Well, what number is that? Well, I know that this number can be divided by 9, and so can this guy. So let's divide by 9. And maybe some of you knew that off the bat. Maybe you knew that this could be divided by 9. Maybe not. Did we have to find the largest thing to divide by? No. We can just go one step at a time until we get to the answer we need. All right. So 27 divided by 9 will give us 3. 18 divided by 9 would give us 20. And there's nothing else that we can do to simplify this. The only thing 3 can be divided by is 1 and 3, and 20 cannot be divided by 3, only the 1. So we're done. 3/20 is our answer. So that's simplifying fractions. What is this for? Well, to make yours and others' lives simple. See you soon. I forgot there was one other thing that I wanted to tell you. So when we looked at those equivalent fractions, why do we need to know it? How does this make our life more simple? Well, it's quite simple. Whenever you're doing measurements or doing your calculations, whatever it is that you may be doing, most of you will be looking at measurements of things. It's important to know this so that if you do your calculations and you get 3/20 and your measuring tool is in 40ths or hundredths, it actually sounds more liable. Then you could just say, okay, well, this will be equivalent to 15, because if I multiply that times 5, multiply that times 5, that's 15. And so you just look for 15 hundredths on your thing instead of trying to find some mysterious tool that's going to allow you to do 20ths, right? Or if you need, say, like 16ths. But let's say you need 30 seconds. Yeah. Or 16ths, whichever one. And you have a ruler only measures one or the other. Well, you can find the equivalent quite easily. So that's the reason why we want to simplify things. One, because it'll be easier to find tools that'll be able to do that. Two, we want to understand equivalent fractions, because if we didn't understand that, how would you be able to use different measuring tools in case they didn't use the fraction that you have in your answer in your calculation? It'll be a lot harder. But by being able to find an equivalent, it'll be a lot easier. Excuse me, not easier. It'll be a lot simpler. And now I'll see you soon.